What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. I hope you're all doing well. Hope you're having a fantastic day. How was your weekend? Let me know in the comment section below. For me, I was supposed to go to the beach this weekend. I didn't go, unfortunately. It was very warm, though. It is still very warm this side, in Cape Town. So, yeah, if you guys are in Cape Town, make sure you guys are staying hydrated. And if you're also in a country where you guys are experiencing summer right now, make sure you guys stay hydrated and looking after yourself and all that. And also, as well, before we get into this video, make sure to subscribe to the YouTube. Make sure to check out the TikTok page as well. Like, share, comment, subscribe, all of that good stuff. But jumping into this video, I'm going to be talking today about why do our phones feel so addictive. And I did a little bit of research, just for this video. I mean, obviously, I've been dabbling in the concept for a while now, and I think like phone addiction has been a big thing already since like smartphones and since cell phones came out. But there's two reasons basically that stands out to me. And number one is like the FOMO, fear of missing out. Because like obviously being on your phone and things like that, you stay updated with like trends and the internet and social media and things like that might be going on. People might be talking about something at a certain time and you're like out of the loop, you don't know what's going on. So like, oh, I want to be on that. Let me check what's going on. What's trending. So that's the first reason. And the second case that they mention, obviously this is just the AI overview that they give you. The second thing that they mention is the instant gratification, the dopamine, blah, blah, blah. That's that's a big buzzword that's been thrown around recently, actually, is dopamine. Like the boost, and like people have been doing research about that, like what phones and social media and stuff like that has been doing to people. So that's another second reason of why phones feel so addictive. But for me, I'm just going to give you my thoughts, and opinion on this. Not based basically on any research or things like that. Just if someone asked me the question, why do you think phones are so addictive? This is what I would say. For me, like I would say this, number one, I think phones have changed dramatically over the past, 40, 30 years even. I mean, moving from the era of cell phones to smartphones, like the BlackBerry, and before and after that, obviously the smartphones, the touchscreens, that evolution started happening. Because I mean, your phones nowadays aren't even phones, if you think about it. For me, at least, I see it as a miniaturized like computer, basically. Like you have your PCs, obviously, you have your laptops, and then you have your phone. Because your phone like is capable of so much nowadays. I mean, even the strongest phones that come out nowadays, if you look at features, just primarily features, you've got internet access, you've got a camera, you can obviously make calls on your cell phone. But previously, back in the day, you'd have to carry your cell phone. You want to make calls or whatever. But even before then, you couldn't carry your cell phone, so that stayed at home, plugged into the wall, And then obviously you'd have to have a camera separately when you wanted to take photos, because obviously you didn't have it on your phone. But for me, the addiction to the phone stems from what is on your phone. I feel like if you've got a lot of social media apps on your phone, I've spoken a lot about social media on my channel before. You guys go check out those videos. But I've spoken about social media before, like on your phone, and how you stay hooked on it and why you stay so plugged in. Because you might be following certain creators or you might be following a certain type of content, and you always want to see what's new. You always want to go check what's next. And the thing is, the good and bad thing about like the internet is people are always posting. People are always posting something new after you go to bed. When you wake up, there's new content, something new to experience, maybe new trends going on, and you want to go check what's what, certain things like that. And I feel like you don't want to be away from your phone and miss that out. But I mean, that's in general. It might be just like a generalization over the topic of phones. But for me, I will speak about my personal, like, it's not a phone addiction, but sometimes it's got to do with being on my phone unnecessarily. I will say that's a difference. Oh, voice crack. But for me, like sometimes when I'll go on my phone, right, my phone will be laying somewhere and I'll be just laying there, whatever, and I'll have nothing to do. So I'll maybe be like bored in a way. Then I'll go on my phone, and I will just reach for it. And sometimes there's even cases where I'm lying and I'm just like grabbing my phone, and then next thing I know, I'm like on a social media platform, like maybe TikTok, or I'm on YouTube, and I'm just scrolling, and there's no objectivity or there's no point to me going on to my phone for something. I didn't want to go see something specific. I was just doing nothing, and now I'm doing this, and it's almost like I keep getting hooked on going on my phone because it's so easy to access as well. I feel like that is something that people don't realize, how fast the load times are of modern generation phones. You just click a button, not even a button, well, you click on your screen and things open instantly, bang, 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 bang. And especially with scrolling and things like that. It's ironic that I'm talking about this if you're seeing this on TikTok. But if you just keep scrolling and scrolling and scrolling, you get to the next video more quicker versus like on YouTube. I've already spoken about that thing. But yeah, this is basically just staying on the phone addiction part. And I feel like being on your phone as well, it privatizes a lot of what you wanting to do. You know, you can just be on your phone, you can be in your own little bubble. Like, especially when I see this in public, like I see people sitting next to each other, maybe, or a lot of people maybe, like in a coffee shop or in a restaurant, or sometimes a family might be sitting at a table, you know, and everybody's on their phones, everybody's doing their own thing. Now, I'm not judging like what's going on there or anything. I'm just saying from what I'm observing, you know. I mean, maybe it's a bit of private time, like where they're busy checking something or whatever. But for me, as far as like staying on your phone, like I don't know how deep the levels go. And I know that people have been in the past or even now recently have been seeing people or even go to rehabilitation for like TikTok, for like social media addiction, for phone addiction. And that's something that I think people don't talk about recently, because when you think addiction, you mainly just think of like, oh, alcohol, smoking, weed, whatever else, you know. You think about those type of addictions, and anything can become an addiction, you know. I think your phone is supposed to be a tool, you know, that you use, same as anything else that's like made, you know, to use. But you get hooked on the phone, especially because of like social media or the applications on your phone. I guarantee you, well, I can't guarantee this, but I will say more often than not, or the chance is less likely for you to go on your phone if there's nothing on your phone. You know, there won't be anything to do on your phone. But that's a whole nother experiment that you could run. For example, if you feel like, oh, why am I on my phone so much? What are the applications that I go onto mainly? You know, you can go check the analytics on your phone. You can go see what are you going into, where is most of your hours spent on your phone. Sometimes, like for me, for example, my phone at the end of the week, it'll tell me I've spent this much time more or less on my phone. And I'll think like, okay, what was I doing on my phone? Which applications have I gone into? Do I even remember spending that time in that application? Because I feel like if you, like, for me at least, if you have to ask me to recall what videos I've seen like on my phone while I was scrolling, I will barely remember 10 maybe, you know. Because the thing is, you're just scrolling and scrolling, and you consume the content, blah 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 blah, and then you're just gone after that. It's just a blank slate. And I feel like for me, I've personally tried to cut that out as much as I could, or as much as I what was that? Or as much as I can, and try and replace that with other type of hobbies I want to do. Maybe I want to get back into drawing. Maybe I want to do something else, you know, something more productive. So I think that the easy access, you know, that the internet obviously spoke about, the instant gratification where it's so easy to access, I think that's what makes it so addictive as well. But yeah, that's just my personal opinion and my personal thoughts like on phone addiction as a topic. But feel free to share your thoughts and your experiences as well with being on your phone a lot, or being addicted maybe to certain things that are on your phone. Let me know in the comment section below what you guys think. I love to hear your opinion on this as well. But that's going to be all for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Like I said, I hope you had a good weekend. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care. Yeah, bye-bye. Bye-bye.